Okay, going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's my first live YouTube video. Um, so just here to answer some questions, really. So someone asked me the other day about 12-inch box squats and why I'm doing them, and he said as well that he noticed I come to a complete stop. So with them, they're basically um, best way to describe it, really. So I'm trying to like emulate the deadlift, really. So I use a safety bar. I don't like the barbell because it kind of like hurts the shoulders. And there's a lot of strong men like Brian Shaw, for example, that actually swear by the safety bar because it's just a lot healthier on the shoulders. And I love the safety bar. It's got some good padding on it as well. I love the safety bar. So um, also as well with the safety bar is that your arms are closer like that and not further out, because when I'm doing a deadlift I'm not going to have my arms out like that. So when I sit down on the box like that, when I come up like that, in my mind I imagine that I'm pulling a deadlift, and that really helps. So I'm basically just trying to mimic the deadlift but without doing too much deadlift. At the moment I'm doing a deadlift only program, so I'm really focusing on deadlift. So people have asked me as well, how often like can you try and deadlift? So it's a very individual thing, really. I am doing deadlift twice a week, but if you're going to, I mean, I think once is fine. I wouldn't recommend 3 times a week, but if you're going to do it twice a week, obviously not both of your sessions can be heavy. One of your sessions can be heavy, but the other one needs to be lighter. So, for example, on Wednesday, I did 2 sets of 2 deadlift at 277.5 kilos. So on Sunday, I'm going to do banded deadlifts, but I'm going to use lower weight, probably about 217.5. That's the plan at the moment. So I'm going to be using 60 kilos less. Um, okay, EMOM. Right, with EMOM, I love EMOM, and it's good for log as well because you get to practice lots of heavy singles. With me, I'm good at the clean, but once I've got the log there, I struggle to press. So with the EMOM, that's just giving me lots and lots of practice. So I can practice lots and lots of singles. Um, I like that over reps. And if you are going to do reps, you don't want to be doing too many reps with log. I find about yeah, I was just coming to that. Yeah, yeah, have been doing remaining deadlifts. I like stiff legs as well to do on the second day. Um, but yeah, it's also good as well to do some deadlift variations. But next competition, well, I don't know at the moment. So there was a competition I've done for the last 2 years. I did it in 2022 and 2021, and that was the competition in Hertfordshire. Did that 2 years in a row. So in 2021, I did the intermediate. I got third place in that, and I got a trophy. And in 2022, I moved up into the Open, which in a local comp, that's about as high as you can get, and I got seventh for that. There were some big, strong lads in that one. So I was going to do that same competition again this year for the third year in a row. But the gym that's organising it, they opened a new gym. So they've cancelled the comp because they want to put all their focus into doing the new gym. So it's going to be, unless I find a comp that's quite local, it's going to be next year, to be honest, really. I live in Essex and I've only done competitions in Essex and in Kent. I mean, there probably are some competitions up north that I might be able to do, but I don't really fancy such a long drive. Because if the competition's starting at 9, I'd have to get up at stupid o'clock in order to be there. and I'm not really an early riser at the moment as it is. 2 secs. So hydration, I try and drink at least 2 of these a day. So this is 1.5 litres. So I try and get at least 3 litres of water in a day. A lot of times I fail miserably. I would say on average I get about 2 litres, but 3 is the goal at least. I try to get 3, but yeah, it's good. Chances are it's going to be next year, 2024, before I do another competition. But yeah, I've had a lot of the fans asking when I'm going to do a next competition, and the goal basically is to do another opens competition and try to do better than 7th. So just to improve on my position. Okay, yeah, well, I'm 42, so I can do masters now. With that though, that's such a distance. I would have to book up. I'd have to get a hotel and stay the night if I was going to do something like that. But yeah, that's definitely worth a think. Yeah, I get to do masters. I'm also thinking as well of signing up to do the naturals as well. I want to do some natural competitions because people have said nice cheap turns. Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely will consider it because a lot of people have said to me that I can do really well in the natural competitions. My deadlift's got to be close to 700 now, and I'm log pressing over 300 pounds quite easily, quite comfortably now. Yeah, Britain's. Oh, WH. Oh, I haven't heard of them. Okay, I'll look into that. With those ones, you actually have to pay to be a member, and I think with the BNSF, there's only a small window of opportunity to actually join. I think they let you join in January, and then they close it off for the rest of the year. But yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, I can't remember. Can't remember the name of the guy that runs that. I have to look into that one. Right. So anyway, I'm going to sign off in a minute. It is just my first live. I will do another one in the future, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and give a bit of notice. This was a bit spontaneous, really. I didn't plan to do this or anything, but I'm actually sitting at home on a Friday night, normally working, so I normally do late shifts, but fortunately I'm off today. So yeah, um, I'll definitely try and schedule it so that then the fans can know when I'm going to be on, and then they can put their questions to me. So, oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes, very gifted name. Yeah, it's taken a lot of years. Really, I've been doing this for a very long time, but I've never given up. When I first started doing, I mean, I started training around 2001, 2002, but back then it was like a flavour of the month for me, to be honest. I knew absolutely nothing about training, and I would just do whatever. And then after a while, I'd get bored of it. Then I'd go back to it. I literally had in my bedroom when I lived at home with my mum. Um, it was literally a crappy Argos weight set, basically. Um, but a few years later, about 2005, I did go to my first ever gym actually, and that was about the time I started getting serious into it. But again, back then there wasn't really a lot of resources. Um, Everything I knew was from like books or stuff that I'd read online, and a lot of it was just very basic information. I didn't start doing strongman really till about 2015, 2016, and it's only been in the last couple of years when I've joined the MST app and all that, and I've actually invested. Buying ebooks, buying training. I've even actually purchased Shane Durant, MST, I've actually purchased his periodization course so that I can learn about um, programming. And it's something I wish I'd have had years and years ago, because I honestly believe I'd be so much far ahead. And um, like I say, progress was slow over the years because, like I say, I only had um, minimal, not my knowledge on programming wasn't great really. And although there were some things I was doing right, there was lots of things that I was missing out on, and just like I said, I'd read something on the web and I would try it for a bit, and if it wasn't working for me, I would give it up. Because the thing with me is I kept program hopping, so I would do something for a while, and then I'd get bored of it and then hop over. And sometimes I didn't give it a full chance to run its course, so sometimes I wasn't always aware whether it was working or not. But I've now got to that point where I'd like to think I know what I'm doing now, and even though I'm very lucky, because even though yeah, should have been born 10 years younger, 10 years later. But I'm very lucky in the respects that even though I'm in my 40s, I'm still getting stronger, because a lot of guys aren't. But because I've stayed natural, um, it's been a longer road for me, because a lot of guys, they start taking gear way too early. They get a certain way and then they don't get any further. And then when they come off it, of course, they can't get back to where they were. Whereas I've always my progress has over the years has been linear, bit by bit, because I've not taken any stuff and I have taken the slow and steady approach. So I think that's what, and like I say, just the fact that I love training, I haven't given up, I've stuck with it. Finish. Yep. Well, if Mark Felix can do it, so can I. He's one of my inspirations, actually. I met Mark Felix at Britain's Strongest Man, really lovely guy. And, Nick Best, he's another one. He's in his 50s. So, those guys are like an inspiration. I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. And, you know, chronologically, I may be 42 years old, but in my mind, I'm still 25. I'm not done with this yet. So yeah, there's still going to be plenty more to come. I will hit a 700-pound deadlift. I will get 330 pounds plus in the log press. There's still lots of things to come, because I'm an animal, and I will make it work whichever way I have to. So yeah, like I say, so I'm going to sign off now and stop rabbiting, and yeah, I'll oh, you will. So yeah, going to sign off now, but I will I will try and do like a countdown, or maybe like just an announcement or something, to let people know when I'm going to go live, rather than just do it at the drop of a hat, really. But I thought I'll give it a go, and see. I've recently got a new laptop, and this one's actually got webcam, because the one I had before didn't have it really. So yeah, so lucky for the fans that I have it now. So okay, so I'm gonna say ta-ta for now, and I'll speak to you guys soon.